You are driving down a familiar road, or you are standing at the sink washing the dishes, and out of nowhere, it hits you. It is not a physical blow, but it hurts just as much. A memory of a mistake you made 5 years ago, a choice you regret, a person you hurt, or a version of yourself you feel you have lost to the shadows of time. Suddenly, you aren't in the present anymore. You aren't in your car or at your sink. You're back in that room, replaying the conversation, watching yourself make the wrong turn, wishing you could reach through the fabric of time and change the script. Your stomach drops. Your skin feels hot. You tell yourself that if you just replay it enough, if you just analyze it one more time, or if you just feel enough burning guilt, you can somehow fix what is broken. You act as if your suffering is a form of currency, and if you pay enough of it, the universe will refund your mistake. But the chain only gets heavier. You are trying to sail toward your future, while your anchor is stuck in a mud that dried up a decade ago. You are fighting a ghost, and the ghost is winning. You're exhausted, not because of the work you are doing today, but because of the heavy, invisible luggage you refuse to set down. You feel stuck because you are living in a fiction called What If. You have created an idealized, perfect version of the past, where everything went right, where you said the perfect line, where you took the other job, where you saved the relationship. You are comparing your actual reality to this fantasy, and you are using that fantasy to punish your current self. This chronic regret isn't learning from mistakes. Learning is productive. It takes the data, updates the algorithm, and moves on. Regret is emotional self-flagellation. It is a loop. You believe that by feeling guilty, you are proving that you are a good person. You think that forgiving yourself would mean you condone the mistake. But this is a lie. By obsessing over what was, you are forfeiting what is. You are a ghost haunting your own history. Every ounce of mental energy you spend trying to rewrite the past is energy you are stealing from the person you are becoming today. You are starving your potential to feed your history. You think your guilt is a sign of your high standards, but it is actually just a sign that you are refusing to accept reality. You are rejecting the universe as it is, and in that rejection, you find only suffering. You are trying to negotiate with a timeline that has already hardened into stone. The Stoics had a very sharp, almost brutal definition of time. The philosopher Seneca taught us a truth that is terrifying to the ego, but liberating to the soul. He said, "All that is behind us belongs to death." Think about the weight of that. The second that just passed is as dead as the year 1920. It belongs to the grave of history. To a Stoic, the past is an indifferent. Why? Because it is entirely outside your circle of control. You have as much power to change what happened 5 minutes ago as you do to change the movement of the planets in the sky. You have zero power over it. When you cling to regret, you are acting as if you are a god who can manipulate time. You are fighting the laws of physics. A Stoic does not just get over it. A Stoic practices Amor Fati, a love of fate. This is the radical acceptance of everything that has happened, not just as tolerable, but as necessary. The mistake you made was the price of the wisdom you now possess. You wish you hadn't made the error, but you also value the lesson it taught you. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot have the light of the morning without the darkness of the night that preceded it. Amor Fati means looking at your scars and realizing they are the map that led you to who you are. If you deleted the mistake, you would delete the growth. You would delete the resilience. You would delete you. The fire of your life consumes everything thrown into it, even your errors, and turns it into flame and light. Do not wish for a different past. Wish for the strength to use the past as fuel. To cut the chain of the past today, I want you to perform these 3 distinct mental operations. First, the statute of limitations. In the legal system, we do not punish criminals forever. Even for serious crimes, a sentence has a start date and an end date. Yet, you have sentenced yourself to life imprisonment for a social awkwardness or a failed project from 3 years ago. This is unjust. Ask yourself, if I were a judge, how long would I sentence a stranger for this exact mistake? If the answer is a month and it has been 5 years, then the sentence has been served. Pronounce yourself finished. Literally, say it out loud in the quiet of your room. The sentence is served. The case is closed. Give yourself the pardon the world won't. You cannot be both the prisoner and the jailer forever. Second, the narrative reframing. You are currently telling yourself a story of tragedy. I messed up and ruined everything. I want you to edit that script. Change the period into a comma. Instead of, I lost that job, say, I lost that job which forced me to develop a new skill set that I am using today. Find the thread of utility in the chaos of the past. Stop looking at the debris and start looking for the building materials hidden inside the wreckage. Third, the living sacrifice. Regret is energy trapped in a dead circuit. Instead of offering your guilt to the dead past, offer your action to the living present. If you regret being unkind to someone who is no longer in your life, you cannot fix it with them. That door is shut. So go out and be radically kind to a stranger today. Transfer the energy of your regret into a living sacrifice of good action right now. This is how you truly honor your growth, not by crying over the old version of you, but by empowering the new one. The best apology to the past is a changed behavior in the present. The past is a graveyard. It is a place for visitation, not for habitation. Do not set up camp among the tombstones. You have a life to live, and it is happening in the next 5 minutes. It is happening in the very next breath you take. The person you were when you made that mistake no longer exists. They are gone. But the person who learned from it is standing right here, right now, capable of doing good. If you're ready to stop looking back and start building an unshakable future, then subscribe and join us. We are on day 12 of 30, and the weight is getting lighter with every step we take together. The rearview mirror is small, but the windshield is wide and open. Check the link in the description for our full mental discipline series. Leave the dead to the dead. Stay stoic.